Maureen McCormick, best known for her role as Marcia Brady on The Brady Bunch, has been a household name for decades. But did you know that she might be responsible for something much bigger than just TV fame? Yep, you heard that right. Might say that Maureen McCormick, with a few unforgettable scenes from The Brady Bunch, could have caused global warming. I know, it sounds wild, but stick with me here. If you're ready to learn how some of Maureen's most iconic moments have had a surprising impact on pop culture and the environment, then keep watching because you won't want to miss this. Trust me, this is going to be one entertaining ride, so stay tuned till the end. Now, we all know The Brady Bunch was an iconic show. It's brought families together, set the standard for family sitcoms, and introduced us to some of the most lovable characters in television history. Maureen McCormick's portrayal of Marcia Brady made her a star and created some of the most memorable moments in TV history. But here's the kicker. Some of those scenes, particularly the ones featuring Marcia at her peak popularity, became so ingrained in our culture that they're practically a force of nature. And no, I'm not talking about some over-the-top metaphor. Let me explain. Maureen's character, Marcia, was the epitome of the perfect teenage girl. Beautiful, smart, and always trying to be the best at everything she did. But what really made her so memorable, and what many fans didn't realize at the time, was the impact her portrayal had on societal expectations. Marcia Brady set the bar for what was considered ideal at the time. The pressure for young women to look and act like her quickly spread across America, influencing generations of girls who wanted to be as beautiful and perfect as Marcia. And as we all know, this kind of societal pressure doesn't come without consequences, you see? The idea of perfection led to an increase in the beauty standards that have haunted us ever since. It pushed countless young women to start dieting, wearing more makeup, and spending more time trying to fit into that Marcia Brady mold. Now, you might be thinking, how does that have anything to do with global warming? Well, here's the thing. All these beauty standards contributed to a rise in consumerism. Think about it. The demand for beauty products, fashionable clothing, and plastic surgeries skyrocketed as more and more people tried to look like their favorite TV stars. And what do all these things have in common? They require resources that have an environmental cost. The beauty industry, for example, is a massive contributor to global warming. From the packaging of products to the carbon footprint created by manufacturing and distribution, the industry has a serious environmental impact. As Marcia Brady became the role model for millions, the demand for beauty products and fashion increased dramatically. This increase in demand translated into more production, more waste, and ultimately more pollution. That's right, every time someone bought a new beauty product to emulate Marcia's perfect look, they were unknowingly contributing to a bigger environmental problem. But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the fashion industry. In the 1970s, when the Brady Bunch was at its height, the fashion trends were all about creating a perfect, polished appearance. We saw a lot of polyester, shiny materials, and synthetic fabrics things that might look cute on TV, but aren't so cute when it comes to the environment. These fabrics take much longer to decompose than natural ones, contributing to the growing waste in landfills. The demand for these trends, which Maureen helped set, contributed to the rise of fast fashion. And fast fashion, as we all know, is one of the biggest culprits of global pollution. But let's get even deeper into this. The Brady Bunch was a show that reflected idealized suburban life: big homes, manicured lawns, and perfectly decorated rooms. And guess what? That suburban dream was exactly what led many families to believe that bigger was better. The demand for larger homes, SUVs, and other resources that fit the perfect family image grew throughout the 70s and 80s. The more people tried to live like the Brady family, the more resources they consumed. And as we all know, resource consumption has a direct link to environmental degradation. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a TV show cause global warming? Well, it's not just the show itself. but the cultural shift it sparked. The Brady family was the picture of an all-American ideal. They lived in a beautiful, well-maintained house with pristine lawns and neatly trimmed bushes. This image of perfection was marketed to families across the country and became a standard that many tried to follow. The obsession with having a perfect home, perfect lawn, and perfect life started an environmental spiral. People began using more water for their lawns, more energy to heat and cool their bigger homes, and more chemicals to maintain that perfect image of the Brady family's idyllic life. The more we tried to live like the perfect Brady family, the more harm we did to our planet. But here's the twist. It's not all doom and gloom. The fact that we're talking about this now shows that people are becoming more aware of how cultural icons like Maureen McCormick have shaped our world. In recent years, there's been a big shift toward environmental awareness. And many of the things we once took for granted, like fast fashion and consumerism, are now being reconsidered. People are starting to realize that true perfection isn't about how you look on the outside, but about how we live sustainably and take care of our planet. So, when we look back at Maureen McCormick and the role she played in shaping culture, we can see how the ripple effect of the Brady Bunch has had lasting effects on our world. It was never Maureen's intention to cause harm to the environment, of course, but her portrayal of Marsha Brady helped shape the culture of consumption that led to some of the environmental issues we face today. However, the good news is that we have the power to reverse the damage. As we continue to look to the future, it's up to all of us to embrace more sustainable practices and change the way we think about perfection. So, the next time you think about the Brady Bunch or Maureen McCormick, remember, sometimes even the most innocent moments in pop culture can leave behind a bigger impact than we realize. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back and say that Maureen McCormick helped teach us all a valuable lesson about the environment. So, if you want to learn more about how pop culture influences the world around us and how you can help reverse the damage, make sure you stick around and watch till the end. You won't want to miss what's coming up next.